Hello, how you doing? It's Captain here. You know what I mean? And I am back with another review of Tyler the Creator's Don't Touch the Glass, which I have bought the vinyl of. I know, I'm gonna put this over here. I bought the vinyl of it before I actually listened to the album, so I didn't even know if it was gonna be good or not. I just kind of assumed with Tyler's track record that it'd be good. Hold on, let me move my limited edition box set of leg out swimmer mount. Let me just move that outside. But anyway, wait, hold up. So, you know, don't touch the glass. This was a kind of just a random drop for Tyler. I ain't gonna lie. It dropped on Monday last of this week actually. And when it dropped, I didn't necessarily know about it because I was on this media break thing because I just was for a little bit, and when I seen it online, I think I seen something about it on the article that I was reading, mostly when I was doing research on the Clips album and all that. I seen that Tyler was planning on dropping the album, so I did a little bit of research. I seen what was the word of it, and pretty much he kind of just said that it was gonna be coming out at a concert, and then it did not that much of a rollout type situation. I think he dropped a few things on YouTube, which I didn't really watch because I kind of wanted it to just be an album that I just checked out. So then, the first track says to not take this album seriously and have fun. And with that, there's not a lot of stuff that I can necessarily say about the album other than it did what it needed to do. It was fun. Now, I do want to say one thing. Don't tap the glass. The album cover is actually fucking atrocious. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's one of the worst album covers that I think Tyler has ever had, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I personally don't like it, but I knew that I wanted to buy something for the what's the name like. I don't know if y'all see it, but it's just like a weirdly animated picture of bro, and then it's clear. It's very Yeezus coded, if I'm being honest. So, Big Papa, Big Poe is the first song or whatever. Don't tap the glass, yada yada yada. It's basically just a cool little track. It has nice production. I think that production throughout this album is actually really, really, really good. I think the first track is produced by Pharrell, or Pharrell did have a hand in production and the song creation because he does have credits. He also has kind of a verse hook thing on it. The next song is Sugar on My Tongue. Sugar on My Tongue, I like the beat on this one. Again, with a lot of these, the title is pretty much the verse of the song. So, you know, like sugar on my tongue. Like it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. Sucker Free is a pretty good like if you want to say Tyler is kind of like a little street type sitch, like it's more so a very well, you can see the West Coast influence into this song, let's just say. And I think Tyler does a pretty decent enough job of having entertaining and very witty lines during this whole album, honestly. But with this song in particular, Mom on My Mom and Him, pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I like it. I think the beat goes flipping crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like I like the beat on Mom and Him a lot. Now, personally, I think Mama and Them was the point where I was just like, this album is okay. You know what I mean? I kept playing, Stop Playing With Me, pretty good. Again, I like the beat. The beat is kind of like the highlight of a lot of these albums. I mean, a lot of this album, I ain't gonna lie, because Mama and Them just builds up into Stop Playing With Me, which is just kind of just this distorted situation. It kind of reminds me of like what he was going for when he first started doing like crazy production like on Cherry Bomb era, and I kind of enjoy it. I like it. Ring Ring, another one of those tracks where I thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Um again, the beat is a vocal point. I didn't really get into the lyrics too much because I know that it's not necessarily that type of album. And when I'm driving around and or working out or whatever, I don't necessarily need to think about the lyrics. You know what I mean? Tell me what it is. I think this is like the more like what's the name? A little like dance holly type track, which honestly I really like. I ain't gonna lie. I like when Tyler does the more what's the name? Like I like when Tyler does the more unique, songs and all that. Just like how Yerba Yerba verse on I'll Take Care of You is actually really good too. I like it. I like the, instrumental is really nice. I feel like this album is just a lot of me saying, "Oh my goodness, I like the instrumental," because a lot of the times the song really consists of having this cool ass beat, being able to like move your body to it and do a little dance, because that's what bro wants us to do with this one, and yeah, and I somewhat enjoy it. I'll Take Care is actually like a really fun track for me. I think when I listen to it, it just makes me want to go to some retro store and just start fucking boogieing or something like that. You know what I mean? It just gives that vibe to where you should be outside doing something with somebody. You know what I mean? Some fine shit. You feel me? And that's where I'm at with this album. Don't Touch the Glass is Tyler's ninth album, which damn, he is poking them bitches out. I ain't gonna lie. I thought his next album was gonna take at least 2 years. I wasn't expecting to drop, Chronocopia and then the next year drop another album. But since this is more so like a funnish album, it is not necessarily a conceptual. I can see how he could just make this a little quicker, or maybe even had this already planned to come out before Chronocopia or before like a lot of his other works. And I kind of enjoy it. I kind of think of this album and or I don't even think about it like an album. I'm more so thinking about it more so like a mixtape. If I'm being completely honest, you know what I mean? It's kind of like how Drake dropped dark demo tapes or whatever, where it just could like it's not necessarily Lucy's, but not necessarily songs that you would put in like the big main album type situation, you know? So I am interested to see where Tyler goes, like, you know, after this, after the success of Chromacopia, after the success of this album, which is probably going to sell well because it's Tyler, and just after all the hype that he has been able to garner, I'm just curious on where he goes creatively and just artistically when it comes to music in general. But that's it. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna give this one at least a 7.5 to an 8. I want it to grow on me a little bit more. I feel like it's going to grow on me a little bit more. Chromacopia grew on me a lot more, which I need to make a follow up video on that one. Or I don't even think I made a video about Chromacopia, but I will make a video on it because I have a lot of thoughts about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.